Wait.
From chokeholds
What am I doing?
to tasers.
Hey, Gary.
And then laughter. Yeah. New video WPTV obtained from the Guatemalan Maya Center, a nonprofit based in Lake Worth, gives insight into the tactics used to arrest undocumented migrants.
I got rights to talk, bro.
You got no rights here.
I do.
Illegal, brother. Get up.
That man being detained by state troopers was a U.S. citizen, but he says he was detained at a Border Patrol holding cell in Riviera Beach. Court records show Kenny Lainez Embrioso was charged with obstructing without violence. Video from his cell phone shows the conversation before the arrests.
Hold up.
Hold up, nothing. What?
You guys have no rights to do that.
Hey,
Wait, you can't grab me like that. You can't grab me like that.
okay.
Wait, that's not how you arrest people.
On the ground.
Florida Highway Patrol and federal Border Patrol agents made the arrest on Singer Island. According to court records, they pulled over a landscaping truck for a commercial motor vehicle inspection. The Guatemalan Maya Center and attorneys told us about the pattern of pulling over landscaping trucks back in April. Then Border Patrol, sometimes in the same car as FHP, detaining people. They call it racial profiling.
I mean, it's disrupting everything about our community. It's disrupting businesses, it's disrupting churches, it's disrupting like everything about our day-to-day lives.
This video specifically shows law enforcement talking about the people they're arresting.
Starting to resist more now. We're gonna end up shooting somebody. If you keep going like this, they're gonna start fighting.
And then talking about bonus money.
Just remember, you can smell that too with a $30,000 bonus.
Neither Border Patrol, Florida State Highway Patrol, or the individual trooper on the arresting documents responded to WPTV's questions about the video. But we did ask Governor Ron DeSantis if there was any incentive to catch undocumented migrants. I'm curious if law enforcement are giving any incentive.
I mean, with respectfully, and where are you from?
I'm with WPTV.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you
How
seen
many
the Palm Beach
how many
County one?
illegals have been apprehended by state law enforcement? Thousands and thousands. Do you honestly think we could underwrite a $30,000 check? Not sure where that's coming from.
Court records show the man who took the video is scheduled to be back in court Wednesday. For deferred prosecution, the U.S. citizen arrested will take anger management courses and perform community service. We reached out to the state attorney's office about their decision to prosecute. We're still working on getting an answer. If honesty is the best policy,
A farm has to produce something.
Aurora Rangel feels like her neighbor is violating the rules. From her barn, she can see tons of manure.
It's just a really strong, stenchy smell.
The smell, noise, and steam have turned Rangel's barn into a ghost town. The stall's now abandoned on her family's $2 million property.
I have to rent another place to be at with my horses and with my kids. It's annoying.
Rangel believes the manure facility is operating in violation of village code. The land is zoned equestrian residential, which does not allow for a transfer station. However, the village of Wellington tells WPTV it considers this facility a farm. Even though in emails we found, village staff call it a manure transfer station. We also obtained emails showing the business, Agricultural Blending Company, using the term our transfer station. This Palm Beach County Fire Rescue Inspection report also calls the site a manure shavings transfer. But despite the written records, the village says publicly it's a farm.
I don't know why they're calling it a farm because it's not a farm. It's just a place where they put up a tent and they receive manure from other farms.
Emails WPTV obtained from 2017 show the village planner for Wellington sent Agricultural Blending Company a business plan for a facility to tackle the challenge of how to dispose or reuse the estimated 50,000 tons of horse manure produced in Wellington each year. The business plan even estimates the annual profit, but the plan acknowledges the zoning district does not currently allow for a manure transfer station. In separate emails, we found the company worked with village staff to get the Florida Department of Environmental Protection to classify the operation as a mixing station, not a transfer station.
They shouldn't be there, and they have been there for 3.5 years.
The landowner is Mark Bellissimo. Bellissimo, according to village records, has ownership stake in multiple horse shows and other development projects in Wellington. He told me back in April his son Matthew owns Agricultural Blending Company. I reached back out to Mark and Matthew multiple times since April, and months later, we're still working on getting a response. The village manager tells us it's determined the land is a farm because FDEP has taken the position that the material is an agricultural product. But an FDEP spokesperson told us that's not true, saying they do not evaluate whether the products made at a facility qualify as agricultural. When I dug through FDEP's online database, I found inspections calling the facility a yard trash transfer station that processes manure. We sent the documents to the village, but they did not respond.
I don't think they know their rules.
Rangel does not make the rules, yet she hopes raising her voice will get the village to change its opinion. She says the silence speaks volumes. Somewhere in the smoke,
Next thing I know, the car's on fire, it's hot inside.
is Pablo Tafer's car.
I hear the engine right on top of me, hits the road in front of my car, crash into it, go into the flames.
That's right, his Toyota Prius crashed into the plane along Military Trail.
I ran through the flames to get out and then made it to safety.
You ran through the flames, like outside the car.
Yeah, so I opened the door and there's fire right there.
Incredibly, his only injuries, first-degree burns, even after crashing his car
Once the flames were around, I slammed on the brakes and tried to get out of the way.
into a palm tree.
Just lucky to be here. Not my day today. Somebody's looking out.
The U.S. military veteran credits his ability to stay calm due to his years of military service. He told me his plans for tonight are to have a beer.
The focus of this case is a healthcare company with an office in West Palm Beach. When she was a private citizen, Congresswoman Sheila Sherfless McCormick was the CEO of the company.
From the road, it's hard to see the faded signs of Congresswoman Sheila Sherfless McCormick's company. Prosecutors, according to court records, say the Congresswoman used multiple accounts and straw donors to move money from the healthcare firm to her own 2021 campaign and personal purchases like a 3-carat yellow diamond ring.
There's an appearance of impropriety.
The charges come after our news team started digging deeper into this Congresswoman's firm 11 months ago. At that time, we found records showing the state hired the Congresswoman's company to register people for COVID-19 vaccines. Florida sued the company, saying it refused to pay back overpayments worth $5.7 million. Our news team uncovered the amount was similar to the amount of money a House Ethics Committee alleges the Congresswoman's personal consulting company profited from during the same time. State financial records show the Congresswoman's consulting company then gave money to her campaign manager's political action committee. The PAC then created materials for the Congresswoman's campaign.
People, they need some help, but somebody take that money for the help. It's crazy.
The taxpayer, she using our money, and we ain't got money like that to be given away.
Across 42 pages, prosecutors lay out where the missing money actually went. Those included transfers to her campaign account. It also included a purchase of a diamond ring. Prosecutors included texts showing the Congresswoman using straw donors to get around laws limiting the amount of money people can give to campaigns, showing when somebody asked what the maximum contribution was, the Congresswoman responded, the max is 2 checks of $2,900. That is why person 2 had to give money to Nadigi for her to make another donation. Sherfless McCormick arrived at her Capitol Hill office with a police officer today. She says the indictment is unjust and an intimidation tactic.
We spent all week seeing different members getting censured, all in hopes of intimidating and kind of distracting from the Epstein files. And I look forward to my day in court so I can prove myself and actually state the truth.
One Congress member announced plans to expel the Congresswoman that would need a 2/3 majority.
Across 6 pages.
Horrible. Every day was horrible.
Mary Pat Rhodes told West Palm Beach Human Resources in July 2021 about Chief Information Officer Paul Jones.
And if he could embarrass you or humiliate you, he would jump on it.
Rhodes documented incidents around the office involving Paul Jones for more than a year. This includes accusations of public humiliation, unprofessional screaming, and bullying. Rhodes called the incidents obstacles to getting work done.
It was very hard to get things done. It was such a hostile, toxic work environment and backstabbing. Nobody could trust anybody.
About 5 months later, a city human resources officer completed an investigation into Paul Jones over the complaint. The 2021 investigation substantiated allegations of unprofessional conduct based on 14 interviews with employees. Human resources with the city said employees stated that Paul Jones slammed doors, yelled, and could not control his temper. Records show Jones was required to take courses to help better his communication and leadership skills. Mary would eventually leave her job from the city. We showed her the new complaints, and she tells us she's not surprised.
Whoever the last person was, I'm really sorry because I wish I had done something that it didn't happen to them. But sometimes you can't fight City Hall.
City records show staff completed 2 more human resources investigations into Paul Jones. Each investigation featured employees accusing Jones of unprofessional behavior towards IT employees. One in December 2022. Then a human resources investigation found it cannot substantiate claims from 3 employees. And another in February 2025. A total of 3 investigations into complaints about his behavior in less than 4 years. The latest investigation from February this year found almost each of the 38 employees' interviews described the culture environment at the department as unwelcome, tense, hostile, toxic, a culture of fear, and employees on edge. We reached out to a spokesperson for the city of West Palm Beach and Paul Jones separately. The city and mayor's office say they will not comment on pending investigations or personnel matters. Jones told us off camera all accusations are false. Keep in mind, this latest investigation came after employees told Human Resources that they observed a positive change in his behavior after the investigation in 2021.
I don't know how they let it get away as long as it did.
Regardless, Mary is moving on.
I got a better job where they treat me with respect and dignity.
The problems were quite extensive.
Before he was hired, Deputy Chief Tony Shearer says former West Palm Police Chief Frank Adderley warned him about an unwelcoming environment.
He talked about the culture, and the culture was not a healthy culture. He even said that he felt like some of the command staffs and the captains, that they were following him.
After Adderley was fired last October, an investigative report says 5 captains and 2 other high-ranking officers were investigated for working overtime details during regular duty hours, also called double dipping. The department says those 7 officers are still on paid administrative leave for an internal affairs investigation. Shearer specifically says the captains had a reputation known as SEAL Team 6.
The SEAL Team 6 were not only, stifling careers, ruining careers, and if you got in the way of their efforts, openly complain about what they were doing, your career would be in danger.
Shearer says captains had first access to premium details, opportunities for overtime, and the ability to shift their schedule to work more details. He says this led to complaints from the rank and file.
Because of all the complaints coming from the officers, who could not do this shift change adjust, they were saying that, this is, hypocritical, it's wrong.
Records show at least one officer brought up the issue in the agency's suggestion box. Command staff responded saying they should not be selecting details during times when they have meetings to attend. But since then, a new police chief has taken over, and his deputy chief says he believes those under investigation did double dip.
I do believe it was a scheme. I don't necessarily believe it was a scheme of them working together.
Okay.
I think that they worked together to ensure that their efforts weren't revealed.
We reached out to a lawyer representing those accused of double dipping. He sent us a statement saying the captains are aware of Deputy Shearer's statements and filed a complaint against him March 12th for making false allegations. But Shearer says other officers would agree with him.
I don't think persons really realized how far off base things had gotten.
We're driving through downtown West Palm Beach. That's where we can see part of the problem. Cars blocking the side of the roads and road closures from things like the boat ship. Clock Tower is a symbol of Palm Beach. Yet here we are in Boynton Beach. This building is right next to this beautiful view.
Any remorse? Absolutely not.
2 areas. The first one I'm going to show you is the door of the hospital. You can see going into the ER right where it says ambulance.
But we found a list of trainings from the federal government all being canceled or overcrowded.
The most overburdened facility is in South Florida.
But he tells me the people who checked it out last weekend left behind thousands of dollars worth of damage underneath the lighthouse. But today I figured out that it would take an act of Congress. Do you think your department is understaffed?
No.
Why are you saying that the department is staffed fine the way it is, and your assistant chief is saying that you guys are short on manpower?
Okay, I'm not saying it's staffed fine the way it is.